Well, let's return to our live discussion with Ilugo Cletus to give his perspectives on insecurity in Nigeria's borders. Good to have you on the news at this time. So first off, let's begin with your assessment. How would you assess the current state of border security in Nigeria, the challenges, of course, in particular, manning the vast land borders?
Yeah, thank you very much for this privilege and the opportunity to speak on these security matters, especially immigration issues. Now, looking at the Nigerian landscape, from the longitude to the latitude space that Nigeria covers, it is a very large land space that requires adequate policing and manning at different immigration points. But one challenge is that there is inadequate early response or early warning signals that need to inform the immigration, the security formations about the influx of other citizens into Nigeria. So there is a big challenge here, because up here in the southeastern part of Nigeria, from the coast to the Lake Chad zone, you will agree with me that we have several non-indigenous, especially Cameroonians, parading themselves, moving from the south to the north. This is a very big issue, contributing to security challenges in Nigeria. So what we need to do here, there is need for us to do an adequate mapping of our border lines between Nigeria and Cameroon and set up immigration management architecture that includes the locals, that includes citizens, Nigerian citizens, that are adequately equipped with the requisite knowledge, the requisite gadgets to trigger or to inform immigration officers about the loopholes, about the leakages, and about the shortcuts that other citizens, especially Cameroonians, are using to come into Nigeria. So this is a very big issue. It requires technology, it requires human development, human capacity development, and it also requires collaboration between immigration, custom, the Nigerian army, and including the police, as well as the vigilante groups, civil defense, and the locals, to ensure that this immigration architecture network is set up and strengthened to enable us have adequate manning, adequate mapping, and adequate identification of non-Nigerians that are coming in illegally into Nigeria.
Right. Well said. Now, in terms of collaboration,
as well. This will help us to achieve our results.
Right.
Thank you.
Well said. Let me ask you this now. In terms of collaboration, which you also highlighted there, among different security agencies involved in border security operations, what measures do you think should be taken now to improve coordination among the different operation agencies? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, number one thing that is very key, intelligence gathering and information sharing is very key. The idea of working in silos should be minimized. The various security formations should work together for the collective good of Nigeria. By so doing, we will improve our immigration network. And again, people should also, the security formations should play according to their mandates and be liberal enough to share information that will improve the security of Nigeria. So this is very key if we must ensure that Nigerians occupy Nigerian space and non-Nigerians are identified with ease. In addition to this, the local Nigerians or the indigenous Nigerians living along this borderline must be adequately educated and incorporated into this immigration architecture network. Why do I say this? Because they understand, they know the intricacies, they know the locations. They also know the shortcuts that these non-Nigerians use or apply through to come into Nigeria. So any collaboration that excludes the indigens are living along the borderlines might be counterproductive. This is very key if we must have our immigration architecture network to be strong.
Indeed. Now let's look at the issue of security, which is constantly evolving in nature. What steps do you think should be taken to adapt and perhaps enhance border security strategies?
First, we need to improve I said intelligence gathering is very key. And intelligence gathering must be centered on information, accurate information. And accurate information must be predicated on early warning and early response. So if we must do our security network and achieve results, our early warning signals must be perfect. And early warning signals that is not localized, that is not indigenous, may not give us the needed result. For instance, if you are an immigration officer posted to Cross River, and you're a Yoruba man, your ability to understand that language might be difficult. So you need the cooperation of the citizens by way of integration, by way of collaboration, by way of, assimilation, that will enable you to understand the loopholes that are associated in this migration business. And again, we must try as much as possible to ensure that people that might be betrayers, people that aid these illegal activities must be brought to book when they are identified. This is a way to deter others from getting involved in this because it is a big leakage to our economy as a nation.
Indeed. Well, that's a fine place to leave it, Mr. Ilugo Cletus, Field Officer, Chair Fund, reaching us all the way from Yola. We appreciate your insights on the news at 10 tonight.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.